Hey everybody, what's going on? Hellmite here, bringing you another video from Grab the Lantern today. First and foremost, let me say a happy 2019 to all of my viewers. I haven't seen you guys since the dawn of the new year. I do apologize for that, but things have been crazy, what with the holidays and whatnot, so I am glad to be back on track, and we should be on schedule from here on going forwards. Today's video is going to be covering the teaser for the brand new champion, which have all appeared recently on the universe page. I will have that linked down in the description below. But suffice to say, we are getting a lot more information about the new chain champion, I think a lot of people are calling them, and I wanted to take some time today to speculate on who they might be and how they might play. Now, first and foremost, if you haven't seen the images, go take a look at those now. We did have one other teaser in advance, which showed a figure bound in golden chains sitting in some darkened room that looked as though it was made of petrocite. That, coupled with all of the general architectural choices in the image, make me believe that this is actually a champion that has been bound by Demacia, likely for being a mage. Now, if you're not super familiar with the lore, Demacia is very rabidly anti-magic. In fact, it's to the point where they actively hunt down and kill any mages that they happen to have in their community, even if those mages are actual citizens of Demacia. It does not matter. Now, Lux is a very lucky person because she was able to have her family use their influence to keep her alive, and then eventually was inducted into a secret Demacian military organization. But that is far from the usual case. Generally, things end up in the same situation as the recent universe story that Riot published, where a young boy was basically persecuted for having his own magical abilities. So this gives a lot of credence to the fact that this character, who is chained in some Demacian dungeon, is likely a mage and has been restrained by Demacia instead of outright killed for who knows what reason. It could be that they're too strong to be outright killed. It could be a couple of different things, but we'll have to see what things end up being. Clearly, though, they do break free, as evidenced by the teaser images that were released recently. These are the ones linked down in the description below. Now, these teaser images show four Demacian champions, all of whom are being somewhat afflicted by the nearby golden chains, which this time look like they're magical in nature and being used against Demacian champions instead of for them. Now, this is really interesting, and it does sort of make me think that this chain champ will be able to use chains as a part of their kit somehow. I'm not quite sure how it'll work out, but clearly their magic involves binding champions and making it so that they won't be able to do anything, sort of in a similar way to Thresh, actually, if I really had to think about it. Clearly, I think this champion is going to be a mage. I think that's kind of how Riot have set things up, especially if they're anti-Demacia. Mages are almost always going to be against Demacia just because of how they deal with things. Besides that, we don't really know too much else. However, the Jarvan image, the image that shows Jarvan's lance sitting in the middle of the room, I do actually believe that the figure sitting on the throne in the background is not Jarvan the Fourth, and I think that is actually this chain champion who is sort of attacking Demacia and who has potentially displaced the Jarvans as the ruling person of Demacia. Now, obviously, that's all speculation, but we will be getting more details on that hopefully in the future. As for Kit, again, it's likely to be a mage, and sort of in a similar vein to Nico, will probably be more of a controlling mage who uses various chain-based abilities, I would guess, to sort of lock down and control enemy champions. Besides that, we don't have a lot of information, but I wouldn't be adverse to seeing more mages introduced to the game, as they didn't have a whole lot throw their way last year. We had a couple of marksmen, we had a few fighters, we had a couple assassins, but we really haven't had a traditional mage for a long time up until Nico, who is a burst mage. So I would love to see another sort of controlling mage come out, and I'm really excited to see how they're actually going to play. Now, unfortunately, this is pretty much all we know about the champion thus far. But it's likely that they will be the first new champion of the year before the Kayle and Morgana reworks. I think it's also safe to say that with the heavy focus on Demacia, and with the fact that Kayle in general seems to generally be Demacia favored, especially with the teaser image Riot created for the Kayle and Morgana reworks, that it could be the start of potentially a large Demacia event, as there have been narrative writers talking on the forums saying things about how things in Demacia are going to be shaken up, and we do have the Kayle and Morgana update coming very soon. So this could be how the chain champion is released from their bonds, potentially by Morgana's manipulations, and Demacia might be in trouble right up until Kayle shows up to equalize things or to save the day. So I'm really excited to see what this champion is going to do and how they're going to play. I think there's a lot of really cool narrative implications here, and I'm really hoping that this year is going to be a sort of a bumper year for lore. We did have a lot of things pop up over the last year as well, so it's not like Riot have been doing nothing on the lore front, but any new additions to the lore is a good thing, especially things that move the plot forward. We're almost done now with entire factional updates and changes to the way Riot are doing things, so I'm definitely going to be excited to see if they start moving things forward now that they have most of their groundwork laid. So anyways, this has all been my own speculation. Let me know what you guys think of any of the teaser images or what you think this new champion is going to be like down in the comment section below. Would love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed today's video, go ahead and leave a like. And if you really enjoyed today's video, consider subscribing. I upload a video every Monday, Friday, and on patch days as well. And if you're looking for more Grab the Lantern content, you can check out my blog, which is linked down in the description. I upload an article just about each and every single day for your enjoyment. Once again, thank you guys so very much for watching. I do appreciate it. And I'll talk to you all later.